How you doing, guys? Big Mac Dance School here today. Wow, look at that odd green screen situation happening. I always get distracted by something at the start of my vids because I'm an absolute numpty. But yeah, Big Mac Dance School here today, attempting to get 2 more miniatures painted for my 365 challenge, during which I'll be painting 365 miniatures across the course of the year. Fingers crossed, all going to plan. Now, this isn't just orc miniatures as some people would like. This is miniatures from board games, Warhammer miniatures, from any race of Warhammer that I've got miniatures for. So, I look a mess. I'm going to take my hoodie off so I look a bit smarter. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I'm just trying to get as many miniatures painted as possible this year as I can. And I'm going to try to unplug this as well. Bam! There we go. Unplug that. What a way to start a stream with an absolute kerfuffle. I'll just chuck that on the floor there. I've got some plugs and wires in front of me under my feet, so if you hear any banging and knocking and stuff, it's just me kicking stuff over. Right, so Marcos seems to want 365 orc models. I've just remembered something. I've not got my water. So I'll need to nip off in a second and get my water. But handily, I've got a new screen which indicates that I'm away and will be back. I'm going to stick that screen up now, and then I'll come back and say hello to everybody in the chat. So bear with me, guys, just as I set up this screen. Haha, see you soon. There's a lot of doubters in the chat tonight, so you know I'm gonna prove you wrong. I might not finish these miniatures on stream, but I will finish them tonight. I assure you. You like the music? Excellent stuff. I'm hoping YouTube doesn't have any issues with the music because yeah, Twitch hasn't had so far, so I'm hoping YouTube doesn't. It's a Spotify royalty-free playlist basically, and it's all computer game music, which I think it's nice for my channel to have that kind of weird computer game music. There's GoldenEye tracks, there's tracks from all sorts of games. I need to sort my beard out, don't I? That is bad times, that. There's too much light coming in from the side of me as well, so I'm kind of glowing at the minute. I will sort the green screen out in a future video, but for the time being, it's just a random green screen backdrop cut off at the edges. I could always just alter this now. Nope, that didn't work. Oh, that's all the way, that's why. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll big it up a bit. I'm moving about. I'm that big. Really big Mac Dance School now, isn't it? Yeah, so that's a bit better anyway. Let's get to the chat and greet everybody. I've got a hot chocolate tonight because I didn't want to stay up late after the stream and that. I'm going to be going for about an hour and a half probably tonight and get as much done on stream of these miniatures as I can. And then in order to get them finished tonight, this will be miniatures 4 and 5 for the year. So in order to get them finished tonight, I'm going to be ending the stream at about 7:30. And I'll start watching some other Twitchers, YouTubers maybe, I'm not sure. I think Let's Make It Orc is probably streaming on Twitch, so I'll probably nip into her stream for a bit. But yeah. First up in the chat, regular attendee, Marcos Castellanos. Second up, we have another series regular, another channel regular, Rivets and Daka. Wah! Frost and Fist, third in the chat. And everybody's greeting each other after that. Just nip down the chat. Marcus saying he's glad he left work a little early. He was able to make it on time to the stream. It is a rarity for you to make it on time on Tuesdays, isn't it? You work too hard, that's your problem. You need to start leaving early more often. Then you can see my wonderful face and odd wispy hair situation. Yeah, so it's good to have you here from the start. 365 orc models, Marcos says. He keeps saying he thinks it's 365 orc models I've got to paint. It's not 365 orc models. It's 365 miniatures. That's it. Miniatures. Now that can be Zombicide miniatures, it can be Warhammer miniatures, it can be GW miniatures and non-GW miniatures, as indicated by the Zombicide. But yeah, so it can be any miniatures. I don't think I'm going to include busts or terrain in it, but we'll see how desperate I get towards the end of the year, whether I want to include busts and terrain and stuff like that. One thing I might do now is just alter a few things so when I'm looking at the screen, because I've got a couple of things to sort out. Right, here we go. So that can go there. Should I leave that there, the chat? I'm just trying to work out where I want stuff on my setup, because I've got my streaming software open and I've got the YouTube stream manager thing open. Extreme close-up, exactly, that's what we need, isn't it? Yeah, so 365, says Rivets and Daka. That'll be a step up from last year's total of 1. I think you'll find, Gar, I think you'll find I actually painted 2 minutes. Technically, I painted the Red Gobbo, and I painted 9 squigs, and I painted a Rucker Truck squig buggy, and technically you could argue as well I painted a Snotling pump wagon, and I also painted that bird, Ripper Jackson, Sergeant Ripper Jackson. So I painted at least 2 miniatures realistically, didn't I? I'm trying to think if I actually got anything else painted last year. I know I made progress on stuff and I started stuff, but that's often what I do. Like, I've got 5 grots here, just under the camera. I've got 5 grots in order to run them with a, whatchamacallit, a Met gun. I got, I slapped some paint on them before a battle I had ages ago at the start of 8th edition. And I never got around to finishing them. So they're 5 miniatures, for example, that I will be finishing this year. Fingers crossed. If I get everything sorted out. Anyway, we will now go down to the desk so you can see the 2 miniatures I'm working on tonight. Hopefully nice and close up. And a vision of glory. I only painted me as an orc for Brax Challenge. Right, cool. You can do it. I hope so, mate. I hope so. I can do it all night long. Right, let's do a few things. Oh yeah, this is what I want to do. Oh, I've confused myself now because I've switched my Chrome, to the other screen, and the streaming software to this screen behind the camera. I've confused myself, so I went to look on the wrong screen for the streaming software. Anyway, here comes the desk down view. Let's shut myself up now. How's the music level and everything? Is it okay? Because it's my first time running with it through the system rather than just through the speakers. You may try and join me on this journey. I'd be very excited for people to join me. I should have decided to... The problem is, I kind of decided to do it just as midnight struck on New Year's Eve. I was watching Let's Make It Orky on Twitch, and I made the mistake of saying it in the comments in the chat. The music's a bit low now. Let me turn it up and see if that... Oh, you know what? I've not got it set up as a separate source here. I'll turn it up slightly for you. Right, so the music on this screen is coming from the speakers. But normally it's a source, so on the hold screens, it's like a source rather than through the speakers. It's a system source. It's all very technical and a bit beyond me, if I'm honest. But let's go to the desktop view and we can see where the music's coming from there as well. Yeah, we've got the desktop view. Lovely. Do we have... No. So we don't have a separate source. So I'm going to have to leave the music at that level. It's alright. I can talk to you. I can hear myself think, kind of thing. It's not dead loud, but I get easily distracted myself. So I do like to have the music a bit lower if I can. Yeah, it's okay now, says Gar. Thank you very much. Yeah, but Mythos, if you want to join in, feel free. We can share our minis with hashtag 365 challenge. That's what I've been doing. That could be any... You know what? I should check what that hashtag is, because that could be any kind of 365 challenge, couldn't it? It could be gym stuff. It could be anything, really. I'm going to search that hashtag now. 365 challenge. There's 500,000 posts, so I doubt it's miniature painting. Yeah, it's not miniature painting, it's taking pictures. So we'll come up with a name for the 365 challenge, and then we'll start sharing that hashtag if you want to try and join in and see how many minis we can paint. But I'm just taking it one miniature every day kind of thing. Now, there'll be some days when I don't finish a miniature, like yesterday I did a bit of Twitch streaming, didn't finish these 2 miniatures, but the reason I was painting 2 is because I wanted to finish them on tonight's stream. So I figured I'd switch it up a bit. What did I want to do that? Oh yeah, I want to sort the camera out before I do anything else. Oh no, that's not right. Cancel. We've just lost the bleeding thing, haven't we? I think. We might not have actually. It might be because that's high. Nope, we've lost it. I've actually hidden it like an absolute numpty. Can I move that up? Move up. No. I'll move down. And then I'll move up again. See what it does. Apologies guys, I'm just trying to sort out now. I can't get the playlist thing up on screen anymore now. I've lost it, but hey, there we go. My goal is 12 units this year. That's 1 per month that way. That's way less than 365 orc models, especially if you're like me and you're not painting 365 orc models. Yeah, definitely. Good evening, Essex boys. Thank you for joining us, mate. Oh, that hot chocolate's going cold already. I should have put it in my travel mug, shouldn't I? Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to do. Sort out the camera. Properties. Oh, that's the... Oh, my Gideon. I need to sort my life out. Never mind the camera. Cancel. Come on, get rid. Here we go. Right. We don't want the face cam, we want the desk cam. Configure video. I need to get the focus sorted before we start working on these minis. And then we can crack on and you've got something to look at other than my face in the corner. Glowing like an angel though it is. Camera control. Autofocus off. Focus. Oh. That's a spicy meatball, isn't it? Fantastic stuff. There we go, I'll leave that there and see what goes off now. Boom, shakalaka. How do you like them apples? Right, so just to have one more run through the chat. Yeah, that's okay now, says Rivets and Daka about the music. Big Mac, my record is 111 for the year, but this would more than triple that, exactly. I think my record for the year is probably about actually finishing miniatures. It must be about 2 by now, I reckon. So mine will be more than... multiplied by 150, more than multiplied by 180, 182.5 to be exact. Yeah, because I don't often... No, actually, to be fair, I have finished some Deathwatch miniatures that I can see over there. There's about 7 of them, so I've finished at least 7 miniatures in a year before. My goal is to finish my Blood Bowl team for the spring tour. Excellent stuff. I hope you can do the tour in spring, mate. Fingers crossed that all goes ahead for you. Everybody saying hello to Clint. How's the chat? What's everyone? Yeah, that's the thing I never do on YouTube, but a lot of Twitch streamers do this, so I'm trying to get into the habit of doing it. What's everyone working on tonight? Feel free to... We can't share links in the chat, can we? Unless I can change a setting somewhere. Let me see if I can change settings to let you lot share links. Because if you can share links in the chat... Talk timers pop out chat. No, not that. No. We can't share links in the chat, unfortunately. Unless I make you all admins. Haha, that'd be funny, wouldn't it? No, I won't do that. Guy's got to go add his magic to the fried chicken. Oh, it's fried chicken tonight. Nice. Marcos, Clint. Yeah, so just let us know what you're all working on in the chat. Can't share links in this one, unfortunately. But if you come and watch me on Twitch when I'm on Twitch, which is going to be, for the time being, Monday nights from like 7 o'clock. And then I might do other random Twitch streams as well. So if you follow me on Twitch as well, then you'll get a notification when I do go live. What was I going to say then? Yeah, so let us know what you're working on in the chat, assuming you are working on something. If you're not, if you're doing something else, let us know what you're up to. Hopefully something exciting. Let's get some paint on some minis, shall we? I'm going to get some metallics on these first. So I hope I've got my metallic paint on the desk ready. If not, it's not too far away. Oh yeah, you'll notice as well, I mentioned this on my Twitch stream last night, I've repositioned my camera. So it used to be above the desk, pointing down, but now it's coming from the side, which gives you a better view of what I'm painting normally, because it's like, I'm kind of painting like that a lot of the time, rather than desk down sometimes. It's a little difficult to actually see what I'm working on. And I typically go out off screen more, I think, when I'm going from that side. Yeah, I need to switch these around now, don't I? So I don't try and wash my brush in my hot chocolate. We will make a good moderator team. You know what, Marcos? I'm gonna make you I'm gonna make you all moderators because I'm an absolute nut job. Just don't go spamming the chat. Add moderator. Marcos is my first moderator. Mythos, you're getting added as a moderator. And Rivets and Daka shows up for every chat, so he can get added as a moderator as well. Just one thing I would ask is try not to swear and stuff in the chat. If Gar's still away, he's going to get a nice surprise when he comes back. You know what, Clint? I'll add you as a moderator as well, seeing as though you're here. I'm going mad tonight. Because I'm going to need more moderation if I'm going to get some minis painted, aren't I? Let's get some paint on some minis. Or paint on some palette at first, I suppose. Bit of water in there. So everybody in the chat tonight is a moderator. I wonder if that'll affect my analytics. One thing I've found, I think, when I'm painting with music on and doing the streams, I think I find it easier to get the painting done. Because it just kind of keeps my tempo up a bit, I think. Not in terms of painting, but I don't know. Maybe it makes me feel calmer or something. Because I feel like I don't have to entertain you as much by talking to you all. Look at you all. You've all got blue. You've all got blue symbols now on your names. So I've got a massive crew of moderators now. Whether you like it or not, you're a moderator. Don't feel obliged to do anything. But what would be cool, if you do want to, if you want to share links to your Instagrams and stuff, while we're here, then feel free, and I'll check out some of your recent miniature paint jobs and stuff. And if you do want me to remove you as a moderator, I'll remove you happily as well. Don't feel obliged to stay as a moderator. That's one thing I will say. There's no pressure on you to do anything there. I've had the Bard as a moderator for a little while, and he's not had to. I think he's hardly ever had to do anything, to be honest. Wow, the Greenskins is here. Yeah, Mythos has been painting some orcs recently, so he's more than welcome to be a Big Mac Dance School moderator. Bunch of spammers. Boom, best moderation team of YouTube, exactly. It's because you're all regulars, that's the thing. So why not have you as moderators? I can trust you, I know what you're doing. You're all just going to start putting random links to dodgy sites on, aren't you, as well? You better not. Because I will remove you as a moderator then. Oh, I've got a message. Oh. Yeah, so after this, I'll probably nip over to Twitch and watch Let's Make It Orky. And hopefully get these minis finished if I've not already finished them. Oh, by the way, what I'm aiming to get these Mega Knobs looking like is this fella here. So I'm going for mostly grey armour with splashes of colour all over it, basically. Just to keep it interesting. Ten models done so far this year, plus Snotling team on the cusp. Wow, is that not your Snotling team that you finished? It shows how different everybody's levels of painting are, I think. Because I was like dead happy that by the third I'd had 3 miniatures painted. And then the Elstonation posting Chilling Wargamers, he's finished his first project of the year. He started it last year, yeah, but he started it about 3 weeks ago, and it's probably like 2,000 or more points of Necrons, like definitely more than 2,000 points of Necrons. But the thing is, seeing him do that doesn't daunt me. It doesn't like get me down or anything, thinking, oh, why can't I paint like Elstonation? Because in my head, I know everybody paints at their own pace, and I know everybody paints at their own standard. So if I feel like I can improve the speed of my painting and occasionally improve the quality of my painting, then I'm more than happy with that. You know, I'm satisfied with my painting lot in life. Do I wish I could paint to a higher standard? To a certain extent, I think we all do. But does it get me down thinking, you know, will I ever achieve that standard? Not really. I'm thankful that I've got that attitude, because I know it does get some people down when they see someone else painting to a ridiculously gorgeous level, and they feel like they're never going to achieve that. Wonder if Dread's going to bring back more live streams. I know he's done a couple recently, because his live streams were always fun with music and stuff. Always, they felt quite upbeat and exciting almost. One thing I've found so far on Twitch is that I don't have that regular viewership on Twitch yet. I get Loner in the Crowd always pops in. He's my moderator on Twitch, my only one. Maybe Marcos, I'll add you as a moderator on Twitch as well. Yeah, but Loner in the Crowd is a regular. And there's a few that pop in and out occasionally and that. But normally I'll have like around about, at peak, I'll have about 5 viewers. I've had as many as like 10 or 15, something like that, when I got raided once. What happens on Twitch is, when somebody ends their stream, typically they can raid into other people's streams, so they take their viewers to another person's stream, and then they they sort of boost their numbers for the time that as long as the viewers stay, their numbers for that new stream that people are watching gets boosted up. So I've had as many as 15, but that's when I got raided once. I think because I'm relatively new to Twitch, it's going to take me a little while to build up the same sort of following, the same sort of peaks of viewers that I have on a Tuesday stream here. Because quite regularly over here, I'll get about 15 viewers peak, and it'll be across the course of the stream I'll have had like 45 different viewers or more even. So it's interesting experience nipping over to Twitch and seeing the difference there. And it's quite I don't know. I feel like it. At first, I was kind of like, oh, well, this is frustrating because why would I want to do this when to a couple of people at home when on YouTube I can get a greater number of viewers. But then I remembered like. It's not necessarily about that. It's about just getting stuff, sitting down myself and getting stuff painted and allowing other people to have something to paint along to where I'm just rambling away. Whoa, that's got swearing in. I didn't expect that. Maybe I should moderate my music. Hopefully there's not too much more of that. Right, let's see what's going off in the chat. Right, people are saying what they're working on. I better scroll back there, aren't I? Oh, wait a minute. Has Mythos got some Gear Guts stuff? Right, what were people working on? I ordered some tank busters and scrap gun looters from Gear Guts as Substacker to back up my Goths. Excellent stuff. Nice one, Mythos. I've not had anything from Gear Guts yet. I was going to get the war bosses of the Apocalypse near Christmas, but then I thought I've spent loads of money recently, or before Christmas really. I was like, I've spent loads of money recently. I can't justify spending more money. I've ordered like Cartel W miniatures, which still haven't arrived, and I ordered obviously all that Cromlech stuff. Which I'm going to be finishing this year as part of this 365 challenge, and various other things. And I just couldn't justify spending the extra money really. Although I was close to getting the small versions of them or the lower quality versions of them. I don't know if they are actually smaller. I think they're smaller. But at one stage, I think I had all four in my cart of the £20 ones, the ones that are £20. And I almost ordered them, but I'll get them in the future definitely. Summer Gear Guts stuff's fantastic. Other bits of his stuff aren't quite to my taste. I don't quite like the aesthetic he goes for sometimes, but like you can see, he's put a lot of work into it, even when my opinion of them isn't as positive as other bits. But that's the thing with Orc players. Some people have one opinion, others have another opinion. I know the War Bosses all love his stuff, and a lot of people in the 40k Orc community just like praise his stuff constantly. You'll have to, well, I'm sure you'll do a review of it on when you get the product, and you'll let everybody know how it was to build and everything. So I look forward to seeing that from you, mate. Right. Oh yeah. Right. So. I'm just going to put my brush down a second. You can have a look at what I've done so far. Well, one of the arms of what I've done so far. Here's the other arm. I'm just going to try and get through the chat again. We would make a good moderator team. Just ordered them. Desk goes, bunch of spanners. Yeah, bunch of spanners, exactly, Gar. I'm the mech. Use the spanners. I'm not telling you to use the spanners. I'm saying you are the spanners. I thought you said spammers earlier. When I read that the first time, I thought you said spammers. Love his Gear Gut stuff, but haven't ordered any from him yet. So Marcus hasn't ordered any either. Just working on Ogre from the Blood Bowl box. Excellent, Clint. I'll let you know how the GG stuff comes out. Elson is just a machine. He's an absolute monster of hobby, mate. Absolute monster of hobby. I still need to base my Death Dread. Then I'll have my first mini in the can. I'm assuming that was. I've just scrolled down and then I've lost the message. Oh, here we go. I've scrolled way too far down. Base my Death Dread. Then I'll have the first mini of the year done. Excellent, Mythos. Are you printing it or buying it pre-printed? I got my Open War cards from Mini War Gaming in the mail yesterday. Nice one. Super stuff. I don't know what I'll be able to use them. I don't know when I'll be able to use them. Yeah, I think that's the case for a lot of people, isn't it? Mythos is buying it pre-printed. He doesn't have a printer himself and already have a few requests for Freak to print when he gets the chance. Has Freak got his printer all set up and everything, Mythos? Because I know he's had it for a little while, but I didn't know if he's got it set up or not. Oh no, actually, I think I've seen the miniatures that he's printed. He was painting them on a live stream a while ago, wasn't he? So I assume he has got it set up. My team is ready for Primer. 16 guys by the 16th. You can do it. You can do it, Gar. Absolutely. I love playing Open War. Great fun. Awesome. I think Dread stopped with the music. Yeah, he did, yeah. But it was like DJ Dread kind of thing. Was really, really cool. One of the things I was a bit worried about was with Dread stopping with the music. I think he did that because he was getting reports. He was getting claims against him through YouTube. And he was a bit worried about getting his channel shut down and stuff like that. So I'm a bit cautious with music on YouTube myself. Although, what's his face? Josh from the Pickle Jar. He said YouTube's better for music than Twitch is. So we'll have to wait and see really how I go on both. Right, that's finished now, so I can crack on with some painting hopefully. Once we get through the chat. I recently bought the doors for the Death Tread from the Pale Orc. Freak's going to print me out over a few KMB. Over with 4 KMB. To print me out over with 4 KMB. Custom Mega Blasters. I assume, or something. I'll have to... Gar saying, I'll have to bitch paint them. I think you mean batch paint, Gar. I think you mean batch paint. We can't ban the music. That was cool design the Pale Orc made. Can use moderators to shut down... Can us moderators shut down the music? Pale Death Tread looks pretty cool. Looking forward to seeing what you think of the actual model. Yeah, it does look pretty cool, to be honest. It's just like a Gorkanaut on tracks, isn't it? It's a really cool model. I like Geargut stuff, but would need to do a separate army for them. Do you feel the aesthetic is just slightly different, so you need to keep it separate that way? Earthux Minis. I always want to call you Earthux Minis. I don't know why. I always want to call you Earthux. I read it and my mind says Earthux. But welcome to the stream. You got the War Bosses, nice one. How you doing? I'm doing good, mate. Mostly Zen joined us in the chat as well. It's up and running. Freak printed and painted me as an amazing War Boss. Oh my god. Freak printed and painted you as a War Boss. That sounds fantastic. Gary Knox joined us in the chat as well. Welcome. It's normally I'd start at 7, so I think we're going to start picking up a couple of people in the chat as we go along. But I started a little early tonight. Well, an hour early tonight. So I'm probably going to go till 7:30. I might go a bit later than that though. We'll see. We've got 50 minutes left if I go till 7:30. So I better get some painting done, hadn't I? I'm going to try something out here in the chat. Just going to highlight one of the messages, and then I'll see that go up to the top of the screen, and then I'll read through the chat once that's all at the top of the screen. Fingers crossed if that does work. So yeah, got Gary Knox in the chat and everybody greeting each other again. I'm painting, so will mainly lurk. No worries, mostly Zan, that's fine. That is kind of why I do these things. I think it really works quite well for most people. Hello, you big gorgeous Gruffalo, says Hayley Simpson. Hello, Hayley Simpson. I assume that's David. Sorry, I didn't realise how bad the message came out. I recently bought the files for the Death Tread. Right, cool. I was so confused by the message. I was trying to make sense of it, but I couldn't make it out in my head. I've already asked Freak to print it out with 4 custom Mega Blasters. Right, cool. That makes sense. I will never know that is correct. Simpson. I'll just call you Simpson from now on. Just jumping into the chat for a few minutes. No worries, Gary Knox. Good to see you. Gary Knox, rather. Good to see you joining in the chat this evening. Welcome as well, Grawley's Lair. Good to see you again. You've been popping back occasionally to these Tuesday live streams, so it's good to hear from you again, mate. And to anyone not in the know, now we've got a few more in the chat. I do stream on Twitch as well now. It's just twitch.tv/BigMacDanskull. So if you've got a Twitch account, feel free to pop on over and give me a follow. And occasionally, you'll get a notification for when I stream. It'll be, at the minute, it's Monday nights from like 7. I'll tell you what, I'll put a link in the... Oh, one of my moderators... Can you put a link in the chat for me for twitch.tv/BigMacDanskull? And then people can click the link and follow over there. Now this would be brilliant if all 5 moderators all put the link in. I'd find that very entertaining. I know I'd have the best moderators in the business then. Only 3 likes? Smash that like button, guys. What's wrong with yous? You need to smash that like button so we get more people in the chat and I make it to the YouTube home screen. I'm going to dominate this whole industry by the end of the year. People come to see me paint a miniature every night when by the end of the year we get to my my Christmas break from work and I've only got 6 miniatures painted. So I'm going to be streaming every night to try and get the other 359 painted. Yeah, so 365 miniatures in a year does seem like a bit of a stretch to me. But, you know what? We've got to have targets. We might as well make them ridiculous, hadn't we? No, I've never been one for targets, really. And I think that's part of the reason I've never got a painted army. Apart from occasionally, I'll have a little kill team painted. But even then, it's a stretch to say I've got a kill team painted, because some of the miniatures in the kill team will be painted, but rarely is the whole kill team painted. But it'd be nice to have a painted army or 2 by the end of the year. So 365 miniatures is the target I've set myself. And if I watch a lot more Twitch this year, I feel like I will get a lot more painting done this year. Instagram, oh, we've got a Instagram link from... Oh, Essex Boys put the link in the chat. Excellent, mate. Oh, no, the message has been redacted. I was going to see if I could allow it. Or to... I assume it could be allowed. So the message has been redacted. So that means even moderators can't put links in chat. Although Marcos's is still there. So I'll just click on that and pop on over to his Instagram. I assume it's his Instagram and not my Instagram. No, it's my Instagram. No, it's Twitch. Why did it say Instagram then? That's weird, isn't it? Oh, maybe you've gone to Twitch through Instagram or something? I don't know. I don't know how it all works. It's all very confusing at times. Yeah, so that's... despite the fact that it starts Instagram, Marcos's link, that takes me to Twitch. Which is very strange. Maybe if certain YouTube channels stop cancelling their live shows, I might be able to help too. Yeah, exactly. What's all the cancellations about? Were you gonna do one? Were you guys gonna do one on New Year's Day at all? Were you planning on doing one and then cancelled it? Or were you never planning to do one on New Year's Day? Young Mythos. Young Wolf Brother Mythos. I couldn't find the link. Oh, so you... yes, I went to Twitch through Instagram because you couldn't find the link. Cool, no worries. Well, that worked anyway, and it still allows the... for some reason, Clint's message got redacted, but an Instagram doesn't get redacted, so that's interesting. That's an interesting thing to know. They don't like Twitch links, but they don't mind Instagram links. Sneaky, sneaky ways round stuff, isn't there? Oh, I'm getting a bit chilly. I might have to put my hoodie back on, you know. I've got my sort of beach parasol shirt on tonight for anybody wanting to keep a track of my shirts. Yeah, you couldn't find the link. No worries, man. It gets there in the end anyway. Through Instagram or not. 14 viewers. Unbelievable. You know what I can't see on this stream manager? I can't see the number of likes I've got. Oh no, 9 likes there. I can see it. It's just next to concurrent viewers. Right. Let's do some of these pistons and whatnot. And my links in the description don't work. That's weird. Or are you saying, are you being, hey up Spud, how you doing, mate? Do you mean, do my links in the description not work? I don't know, to be honest. I'll have to check myself. They probably do work. It's just that I forgot that they were there, to be honest. It's always good to put more links than less. Is it more than less or more than fewer? No, it can't be more than fewer. That doesn't sound right at all. Here we go. We are flying here. Let's get that bit all painted up. Boom. I say we're flying here. By the end of the stream, I reckon I might have the metallics on both models done. I'll be going till about 8:30 for anyone that's just joined us. Sorry, 7:30 for anyone that's just joined us. What up, boys? Says Spud. Freak cancelled that afternoon because he wasn't feeling well, and I was having trouble with the show without him. I got the video looking great, but all the call had 0 audio for some reason. Oh, it's a shame, man. Everybody greeting Spud as well. Nice one. Oh, they need an HTTPS. Right, I'll have to change that, man. I assumed the links would work because most of the time, if you just type in without the HTTPS, on most things it works without. Like on Facebook and stuff, for example. Oh my Gideon, that's too much paint. Hey! How not to paint a miniature. That's the sort of video I should do. I'm on mobile and tried to copy them and they weren't working. No worries. Yeah, I assume it's the Airhawks is right then, and it's they just need the HTTPS. Building Humies tonight for the Humies from the Blood Bowl team, I assume. Yes, that's the Blood Bowl miniatures. Both sets for me look fantastic, but I just can't warrant buying another box that I won't build, paint and use. I mean, I will eventually. I'll get round to converting the miniatures. If I was going to get the Blood Bowl box, it'd be to convert the miniatures for kill teams, really. So I'd make a Astra Militarum kill team with the human miniatures, and I'd make a an Orc kill team, another Orc kill team with the Orc miniatures. And I just kind of feel like that'd be almost like a bit of a waste of those miniatures, although it wouldn't be, because ultimately I'd be using the miniatures. I don't know, I feel like the box would be wasted. Although I could always like scrabble a team together from other miniatures, and I don't know. It just feels a bit odd buying a box just to convert all the miniatures in it. But I know that's what some people do. And I know, Spud, I'm sure you're doing slight conversions to your Blood Bowl teams, even though they are going to be Blood Bowl teams as well. Oh, let's have a click on that one from Essex Boys, see if that one works. Yeah, so that one works. Let's see if it remains in the chat though. That's going to be the interesting thing, I think, because it got deleted before. Let's see, is there any more metal we can paint? I suppose so. We can get a bit more water in the old in the paint there, to be honest. It feels a bit thick, that. What is this song? Oh, I can't see my Spotify, so I don't know. Right, I think that's more or less all the metal on that miniature. Do I want to do the stick bomb in metallic on the end? I think I do, to be honest. Let's paint all of that bit. Did anybody else see Luke from Luke's APS and Geek Gaming Scenics on Instagram the other day, walking around saying trees aren't brown? Now, there are a lot of trees that aren't brown. I understand the point he's trying to make, but as he's saying it, he's walking past trees that, albeit they're far back from the camera and it looks like he's filming on mobile, but they look brown to my eye, and then he points at one, and the very first one he points at looks pretty brown to me. So whether the camera's not representing the tree he's pointing at very well, I don't know. But it looked pretty brown to me, the first tree he pointed at. He says, "That's not brown." I don't even know what he says, but I just found it slightly amusing. The first tree he pointed at looked pretty brown to me, and he was saying it wasn't brown. Now, granted, it's not like the most obvious brown that we paint trees in for miniature war games and stuff. Like we paint them like a wildwood sort of brown, or like this kind of brown. Oh, that's not even brown. That's gold or bronzy, brassy colour. We paint them like this kind of brown, like on this Grot's pants. But he's wearing the brown pants for a reason, by the way. But he's yeah, the first tree he pointed at looked really brown to me. Or pretty brown, anyway. I made the same error, added the HTTPS, and they were nice one. I'll make sure to go back and... Can I edit that from here, actually? Or do I have to... my Gideon, come on. Come on now. Webcam. Manage. So I can probably add the HTTPS from here, can't I? Oh no, that's not done anything. What's that? Oh, none of the things over that side are working. Never mind. Pardon me. Dirty pig. Space Marines. Ah, Space Marines. Look at this sexiness in the chat, says Wargamer Sword. Exactly. Description links are fussy. It's good to know that. Cheers for that, mate. I'll make sure to correct that in the future. Bum, 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 ba da bum. I'm sure there was something in the chat I saw and I wanted to read. Spuds removed his pants. Excellent. So I'm guessing it's Space Marines you're working on then, Spud. Is it more Crimson Fists or is it Imperial Fists now? Because I heard you were painting Imperial Fists, little birdie told me. And then the next group of miniatures I've seen that you've painted are Crimson Fists. I was like, what? What the heck? New Blood Bowl minis are not easy to convert. Well, you know what? I will suffer the pain and convert them if I want to. if I did buy the box, I'd suffer through that pain because I've seen some fantastic conversions. If you're not following him on Instagram, check out the Squig Lebowski. He's called the Squig Lebowski. Fantastic name. He's one of my regulars on Twitch as well. What does that mean? I don't know if I've painted that on the base or if someone else has. The person I bought it off on eBay. I'm just looking at it thinking, is that a code I put on for some reason? Ba 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 da ba ba. When I get round to building them, I'm 100% throwing the conversions. Nice one. I want to do another pump wagon and convert it. Yeah, I based my Rucker Truck Squig Sleigh on the pump wagon, as you could probably tell. Hopefully you could tell. That was kind of the aesthetic I was going for. That's why I used Snotlings as the sort of Santa's little helpers as well. Or the Gobbo's little helpers, I should say. Because I wanted just to convert the pump wagon into the sleigh, but it wouldn't really work because the pump wagon's too small. I didn't realise how small it was until I got the Snotling box. Oh, what bins are out this week? Black and green bins are out this week. It's exciting times in Audenshaw. Yeah, that'll be alright. Black and green bins. Oh, so the green bin is a regular rubbish bin. I might put that out, actually, because I think I've got a couple of bags to go in there. Oh, yes. The black bin is the bottle bin, which I may actually... I think it was quite empty before Christmas. But, you know, since the Christmas break, I got a lot more imbibing done. So I might... I don't think I'd have enough to fill the bin. But yeah, I can get some rubbish in there. It's all very exciting. I nearly dropped it. The problem with painting metal minis is you kind of treat them, especially when they look like the plastic equivalents, you kind of treat them as if they are the plastic mini, and then you spin them around and stuff, and then you nearly drop it every couple of seconds. Well, I find I nearly drop it every couple of seconds anyway. It feels like that anyway. Boom. Right, gonna wash this brush off. Have a quick look at the chat again. Essex deleted it, I think. Oh right, they deleted the link that didn't work, I assume. Does he paint trees with grey? Yeah, typically he'll paint them with grey. Or it was his Instagram post was basically about we shouldn't be painting our wargaming trees brown because there are very few trees in nature that are brown. And his argument was because there are very few trees in nature that are brown, we shouldn't paint our wargaming trees brown, which is basically what I've just said. I've just repeated myself in the space of about 20 seconds. However, my point is, he was saying we should paint them white and we should paint them sort of greys and silvers and stuff like that. And it makes a lot of sense what he was saying. And I don't disagree with him that painting all trees on the battlefield brown is wrong in many ways. But I just found it really funny that he said, exit stream. No, I don't want to exit stream. Oh, why is it telling me that? Yeah, like I said, I just found it funny that the first tree he points at looks pretty brown to me. So I was like, well, I didn't bother commenting because he got a lot of comments on the video anyway. Crimson Fist now, blinking heck. So you're not doing Imperial Fist, you're doing the Crimson ones. No worries though, mate. It's all Dawn Suns, isn't it? Brown, like my eye colour, which is hazel. But my wife just tells me they are shiny colour brown. Lots of brown tones that aren't brown. Yeah, there's so many variations of brown. Like, really, when you look at sort of sand and like the wood on my desk here, I'm just waiting. Oh, I'm not. The reason I'm not pointing to the right part there. So this is brown, right? But it's not brown. It's not like a deep brown, is it? It's like a sandy brown. It's like a dirty yellow almost. But it's brown. And the first tree he pointed at, like, it was brown. Like, probably a similar colour to this. But I think he was thinking it was grey. But to my eyes, that's brown. So, yeah, I just thought it was funny anyway. Who got the most votes? You or Let's Make It Okay? Who'd you think? I got 8 votes and Let's Make It Okay got 6 votes. So, yeah, that was the poll to see who had the best To be fair, I kind of went overboard on the conversion and stuff. So really, I think it became, in many ways, a who, what was the better miniature competition rather than it was really supposed to be a painting competition, but I kind of made it into a who can make the better miniature competition. Yeah, so I feel like I cheated her a little bit with that. But some of her painting was fantastic, and it made me try in my Gorzag Git Stomper video, try a few little techniques of adding texture to the miniature in various areas. I love saying various areas, and I don't remember I love saying it until I say it, and because it rolls off the tongue like various areas. I just love saying it. I really get into saying that, and then I say it a few times after I've initially said it, as you've probably noticed by now. But anyway, let's crack on with the chat. Yeah, so I got 8 and she got 6. So it was pretty close in the end, really. Does anyone know how a Maw Crusher compares to a Squiggoth size-wise? I know base-wise, the Squiggoth or the Norzilla you get from Cromlech is on like a knight base, and the Norzilla is on a round base, which is probably surface area not far off the size of a knight base. It's just that it's a lot wider. The Maw Crusher is a lot wider than the Squiggoth, I think. But I don't know for sure. Somebody else in the chat might be able to tell you a bit better, Mythos. Everything goes out for me this evening. Nice one. We've had black and green and blue bins this week in Staley Vegas. Nice one. All were rammed full because of a missed week. Yeah, you don't need a missed week over the Christmas period, do you? Kills you off. I haven't seen the Maw Crusher next to the Squiggoth. Me neither. Didn't Luke do a vid on water not being blue? He did a vid on water not being blue as well, and he's very right about that. Most of the water in the UK, we rarely have any areas of blue water. There is supposed to be a blue lagoon in Derbyshire somewhere, but I've not seen it myself. I've seen pictures, but you can never trust a picture because you don't know how edited it's been. But yeah, there is a blue lagoon somewhere in Derbyshire, and there's probably a few around the country where the water is actually blue. But the water kind of reflects what's in it most of the time, and most of the water in the UK at least, and in large parts of Europe is brown because there's a lot of silt and stuff in the water. So there's all like dirt and muck and mud floating in the water, which makes it brown. But people automatically on a battlefield, when they're making a battlefield and terrain and stuff, they want the water to be blue, because then immediately, without thinking, you know that's a river kind of thing, don't you? You know, if there's a blue thing, you know it's a river. If there's a grey thing, like a long, straight grey thing, you know it's a road. If there's these brown things sticking out of the ground with green things on top of it, you know it's a tree. People recognise that because that's kind of what people get used to doing when they're a kid, when they start art in school and stuff. Let's get back to painting, shall we? Oh, it's 7 minutes past 7. I've not got that long left if I do finish at 7:30. I feel like I should start going a bit longer with these YouTube streams then, because I've cut a lot short recently because of football and stuff. Both great minis. I loved Keris's paint job. Yeah, exactly. I know you said that, I think, on last week's chat, Gar, and it was a fantastic paint job Keris did. Just the fact that she painted all the grenades in the bag and all the bauble bombs. She painted all of them different colours. It was like, what? It was like she went into so much detail on that mini. It was fantastic. I'll have to take a picture of the next time I go and visit my grandmother in Corpus. The ocean there is a combination of gorgeous blues and emerald greens. Yeah, in more temperate climes in the world, you do get blue water, like especially when you get like a helicopter shot of it, like you get drone shots and stuff looking at these paradise beaches and stuff, and like the water in some of them just looks so blue and clear and gorgeous. But yeah, it's most of the water here is brown. Luke's right in that regard. Yeah, the Blue Lagoon I mentioned earlier in Derbyshire. Derbyshire police were having to crack down during the first lockdown in the UK. Derbyshire police were having to crack down on people going to that Blue Lagoon for walks, because people were driving from miles around to see this Blue Lagoon because they had the time to do it. When the whole idea was stay at home, don't leave your house and stuff. That's probably one of the only reasons I've heard of that Blue Lagoon. I forget to mute my notifications, don't I? Well, let's make it Orky is streaming Warhammer on Twitch. How dare she stream at the same time as me? I like being in the chat there. And that's one of the reasons I'll probably finish at 7:30 tonight. But we'll see if I get carried away and crack on and completely forget that I decided I wanted to go and join Keris's chat. So I may well go till 8. You never know. But if I get to 8, just start nudging me. At Big Mac Danskull, didn't you say you were going to finish at 7:30? There's so many, just on the back of these Meganob minis, if you've never looked at a Meganob mini. This is the old metal one, and there's so much detail on it, and here's a new plastic one. There's probably a little bit more detail on the new plastic one, but not much. It's, you know, it's fine margins between the two. They've got like an engine on the back of them, whereas a Space Marine has a power pack on the back of their armour. These Meganobs just have like a what looks like a diesel-powered engine or something. It's got exhaust coming off it and all sorts. Whereas the Space Marines have armour with like a mini nuclear reactor in them, which basically will sustain them continuously for. This is the law of it, I think. Sustain them continuously for extended periods. Whereas theoretically, a Meganob, what would be a really fun rule and a frustrating rule, I'm sure, for some players, but would be a fun rule for certain Orc players, would be if their Meganobs ran out of fuel on the battlefield, so they became slower, so they always attacked second in combat, and they could only move 3 inches instead of the regular 4, I think it is. And stuff like that. It'd be a fun little rule if they ran out of fuel. Do 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 do. Yeah, so hopefully on this stream tonight I'll finish the metallics on these miniatures, and then by the end of the night I'll have them more or less finished to a level at least that I'd be happy with playing them on the battlefield, and I can base them at the weekend if I need to, if I still need to just do a last couple of little bits on them, because I'm thinking tomorrow I'll start on 5 grots, so much smaller in comparison to the Mega Knobs, so I should be able to paint 5 of them. And then that'll be 10 miniatures completed by the 10th of January if I finish them by Sunday. So I'll be on track for my 365 miniatures in a year. I bet some people laugh whenever they hear me say that. 365 miniatures in a year? No chance. I'm thinking I might crack out the one of the 40k start collecting, not the start collecting box sets, one of the 40k beginners box set, whatever you call it, the starter set for 40k. I might crack that out and start painting some of the Necrons from that, perhaps, because I want to do the Zerakan dynasty, is it? I want to do that colour scheme, but I want to make it as simple as possible so I can actually get batches of them finished quite quickly, hopefully. So it's going to be interesting to see how I tackle them, I think. And that could be something I could do a Sunday video for, so I'm not just painting orcs and rounding up the miniatures I've got painted so far for the Sunday videos, which I intend to do some Sunday videos. Oh, I thought of an episode of Warhammer 40k I can do soon as well. Warhammer 40k is a show where I basically talk about a subject in wargaming or collecting miniatures, whatever. So I thought of an episode I can do for that. And yeah, I'll do a lot of my Sunday videos will be roundups of what I've got painted that week. I would like to try and get ahead painting wise, so if I paint a couple of batches of stuff soon, this weekend I'll have painted them grots, and then maybe I can make a start on next week's miniatures and stuff. And if I can get like 20 miniatures ahead, it gives me a little bit of a buffer so I can take a break every now and again, I feel like, which will be cool for me. Water will reflect the colour of the sky too. Rarely get blue skies up our way, Dan. Exactly, yeah. It's even when the sky's clear, it doesn't look super blue. But it is the thing is the thing I found a bit amusing as well. He pointed at the sky and said that's blue, but it's not reflecting in the water. But he was saying it was blue, but it was a very weak pale blue. And the fact that in the very next video he's pointing at a tree and saying that's not brown, and it was just like a pale brown. It was like, you're kind of like you're going against what you said last time in the last video there, where you said the sky was blue, when really the sky was like a pale blue, so you could almost call it white. Evening, Bazza, welcome to the chat, mate. And then, yeah, so in the next video he's saying, or in one video he's saying the sky is blue, when it was a really pale blue and barely blue. And then the next video he's saying that tree's not brown, when it's just a pale brown. It was like a sandy sort of colour, similar to my desk, like I said, I think, if I remember rightly. "40k brothers would be mostly filthy," says Rivets and Dakar, exactly. "Not the cold, cruel, clean waters of Fenris." Well, what are you talking about, mate? I bet they're dirty and polluted with all the wolf dung, wolf scat that's in them. Although there are no wolves on Fenris, as we all know. Fenris rivers will all run red with the orcs when the orcs arrive. Exactly. Wah! Says the six boys. That's assuming the orcs get close enough to Fenris to taint the rivers with their blood. Well, the Thousand Sons have been close to Fenris plenty of times, so I'd suggest the orcs could get there too, at being the masters of teleporter technology that they are. Dan, please don't write the new Orc Codex. Why not? Because I make it harder for Orc players to do anything. Well, that's the fun thing. a true Orc player at heart, they don't mind when... I remember a rule in one of the old Orc codices. I like saying codices. It makes me feel superior. But you can say codexes if you want. Yeah, so there was a rule in one of the old Orc codices that... I think it was the 4th edition one maybe. Where... I think it was every time you move your Storm Boys, you roll a d6. And on a 6, they shoot off in a random direction and you roll a scatter dice and then you roll 2d6, I think. And they shoot off that number of inches in whatever direction the scatter die landed. And then they blew up, basically. But that was a fun rule that they had in the Orc Codex. So that's when you get people like Dim and... in the War Bosses of the Apocalypse, you get people like Dim and you get people like Dread and Steve-O and Scar sort of reminiscing about old Orc codices. A lot of the time it's for rules like that they want back. But I think it's because... I mean, I don't know about Dim, but... and to a certain extent, Steve-O plays pretty competitively. But I feel like Dread and Scar kind of... They want a bit of a competitive game, but... they don't mind rules like that. They kind of like rules like that. Splinter, welcome to the chat, mate. Yeah, they kind of like rules like that. So they reminisce about these old rules. Oh, I've not drilled that. Bugger, never mind. I wanted to drill this barrel out through the sides, but I never got around to doing it. Never mind. I'll just paint over it and then I might drill it out later. Yeah, so they reminisce not only about old codices because maybe they were more competitive, but also because these old fun rules that used to exist. I think it's kind of like a throwback of Gorka Morka, though, the way the old Orc rules were written for 40k. Because Gorka Morka was all about fun, so I think GW at that time got it in the heads that Orc players just wanted fun. So they wrote a lot of fun rules into the 40k codices that aren't there anymore. Must remember to change my water after I go off the stream because I don't want... There's so much metallic in this water. Wonder if you can see it on here. No, you can't really see it. But there's so many metallic particles in that water floating around. I can just see the light casting and hitting them. Good answers, Grawley, says Gar. Yeah, it's going good, Splinter, mate. I'm just working on a couple of Mega Knobs tonight. This is what I'm aiming for, and these are where my 2 Mega Knobs are up to. So they're not far off. I need to paint the metallic. I'm painting the metallics on them on stream, and I'm going to go off after stream and watch some Twitch, and then basically finish them off, hopefully, or get them as close to finish as possible, and maybe base them at the weekend or something. Gar, sorry, I forgot to say, I tidied up my desk at the weekend. Unbelievable, mate. Everybody saying hello to Bazza. I'll send my Valkyries to fend off the Orkies. Female Bloodclaws with jump packs with wings. I know it's not everybody's taste, but I had some Valkyries and Shield Maidens in my Space Wolf army. I like the idea of that because it fits with Nordic lore, doesn't it? So, I know you're into Nordic history and stuff like that. I really enjoyed your series on runes and stuff when you did it. So yeah, I can understand why you wanted to include Valkyries and some females like that into a Space Wolf force. Shield Maidens as well, fantastic stuff. Have you got any pictures of them? I don't think I've seen them at all. I've got 3 Mega Knobs. Bazza always laughs when he says the word knob, even if it's in chat. if it's in one of his videos and or in the chat, he always has a laugh after he says the word knob. I've got 3 mega knobs, haha, knobs, and 10 grots to paint, and that's my orcs done. Nice one for now. Yeah, so excellent stuff, mate. That's awesome, Grawley. I love the Lord of the Valkyries, and I've been wanting to add some to my walls as well. Mythos saying the same. So I know Mythos has got a female war boss as well, so he doesn't mind adding females where they're not usually seen. I've got some cheerleaders from the Orc Blood Bowl from Forge World. They do these female Orc cheerleaders. Pardon me, is like special miniatures, and I got some of them with a view to converting them into knobs or something for 40k. But I don't actually know where they are now. They're in my house somewhere. But I hope to do that at some point in the future. Let's try and get the last bits of metal done on this guy, and then this probably isn't the one that's. This is probably the one that's dried out. Yeah, there is a bit of paint at the bottom that I could probably use, but it doesn't seem to want to move much. Wow! Delicate procedure painting around this bionic eye now. So I may go a little bit quiet as I do it. What does everybody think about my blue hazard stripes, by the way? I don't know whether to leave them blue and grey, like it's going to be the same grey as this armour. So I don't know whether to leave them blue and grey, or whether to add in maybe silver into where the white is now, and then paint over it with a Nazdrag yellow to make it look gold. So it'd be still blue and gold. $13 viewers and 11 likes. Thank you very much to everybody who's liked the video. And if you're not enjoying it, I'm not going to force you to like the video. It's okay. You don't have to. I'd appreciate it if you did, though. Please. I used to feel proper... Where's that come from? Oh, it's been on there for a while, by the looks of it, it's fully dried out. I've got a bit of paint on the tip of my finger, and I don't know where it's come from, but it's been there for ages, so I think it might be off the other miniature before, actually, when I was painting that, because I put a bit of silver on his back banner, his boss pole, and then I thought to myself, I shouldn't have done that, because I'll probably touch that now, and then I think I touched it about 2 seconds later. Because it's on part of the miniature you kind of want to grab it by. So I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Metal, metal, metal. Where do we need metal? Painted them, painted that. Just going to paint in a couple of rivets in metal. Rivets and bolts and stuff. Ones that you can see. I think I'll do the gun in metallics as well. I'll probably go in with a bit of wildwood over the top of this to make it look like a really, either like a really dirty iron or like a bronze sort of colour. I always have to think when I'm saying, oh, I need to do the magazine of bullets as well, hanging down there, the belt of bullets rather. I always need to think when I'm saying bronze or brass which one I actually mean, because I always get the two mixed up, but I should really just think about medals, shouldn't I? Because bronze, the bronze medal in the Olympics and in sporting events and stuff, it's always like a metallic browny colour, so I should know from that which it is really. So yeah, I just need to think of medals a bit more. Maybe it's because I'm not known for collecting too many medals myself that I don't immediately think of that. Even third place medals. Weep for me in the chat. Put an F in the chat for Dan School's lack of sporting prowess. F straight in there from Mythos, thank you. Sad times. Sad, sad times. Oh, I'm going mad with this metallic now, aren't I? I'm going to do that as well, the tip of that. Or I say the tip of it, the end of this gun. Sort of brackety bits. What is this song? I like it. Family Jewels, Adriana Figueroa, Flamingo. How many shrimps do you have to eat before your skin turns pink? It's called flamingo. Flamingos feathers aren't pink because they eat shrimp. A flamingo's feathers are pink. Grawley can probably tell you, but a flamingo's feathers are pink because of the blue algae that they eat, believe it or not. So they eat this blue algae and it turns the feathers pink. She appears to be speaking Japanese. I assume that's Japanese. It sounds like Japanese. I feel like the Chinese languages, Mandarin and such, I feel like they have more vowel sounds. Japanese has a lot more consonant sounds. Although Korean, I think, has more consonant sounds as well. I'm not a language expert. I'm not a language scientist, as you can probably tell. Right, I think we're almost done with the metallics on these. Although I was tempted to give this fella an entire metallic jaw, but I don't think I will. Oh, I'll give him the metallic shoulder pad. Or should I do the top of his... The top bit there? Yeah, we'll do the top bit there. I just feel like he could do with a little bit more. And also, I've got some on my brush I need to get off. So I'll finish this. We are up to 7:30 now, and I'm pretty much done on the metallics. So, I'm going to call it a night, guys. I'll just have one last run through the chat, and I'm sure this is where you all spam the chat with random messages and stuff, just to frustrate me and make me not able to finish the stream. So feel free to do that again, like I know you love to do. Hey, it's all good at the end of the day. You know what helps a live stream on YouTube? Even though you've been in the chat with me for God knows how long, an hour and a half-ish, something like that. Even though you've been in the chat with me for that long, it'd really help if you put a comment in the video once it was finished as well. Or even now if the comment section's there for you. Sometimes it doesn't always show up when the video is live. So feel free to pop a comment. Tell me what your favourite part of the video was. Was it the bit where well, there was no real highlights for me. There was no highlights for me. I was going to say, was it the bit where you all mocked me at the start for saying I could paint 365 miniatures this year? Was it the bit where we didn't know how links worked to get to websites? Was it one of the bits where I failed at being a professional YouTuber? Was it one of those bits? You know, just let me know in the comments section. Not in the chat, in the comments section. Right, we're calling it. Boom. That is more or less done for me. So let's go through the chat and see what we have there. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I've seen a promising message from Grawley. Right, here we go. Here we go. Right, so we got to Baz's message. He's got 3 mega knobs. Haha! Knobs and 10 grots to paint that, and that's his orcs done for now. Mythos saying that's awesome about Grawley's Valkyries and whatnot, and Shield Maidens. I'm going to do an orc rock band as my cheerleaders. Nice. Funds and Gungas from Cromlech. Yeah, that's fair enough, mate. I got the Freddie Mercury style grot, but I didn't get any of the other members of the band. Built them but not painted them up yet. I'll have to take some pics and send them over to you and Mythos. Yeah, nice one, mate. I'd appreciate that. Be something cool to look at, I think. I'm going to... do I want to? Do I want to? Yeah, I'm going to get some brush soap on this this particular brush while I'm here going through the chat. Definitely want to pick up some cheerleaders for the crowd in my stadium. Nice one. Yeah, so... if you don't know Essex, everyone in the chat knows Essex Boys, I think. But if you don't know Essex Boys, if you've not seen his channel before, make sure you check out his channel. He's got some fantastic looking orc scenery. He's got a whole orc town set up. He's got this crazy mech shop and all sorts going on. And he's in the process of building a Blood Bowl stadium to go alongside his Blood Bowl pitch. So it's going to be really cool to see that when it's done, I think. I think blue and yellow would pop more. Oh, blue and yellow would pop more on the thingy. Yeah, I was thinking potentially blue and yellow as well. So I think I might, rather than just blue and yellow, I think I might go with blue and gold. Although I've just started washing this brush now. I'll get my other brush out in a second and... oh, there we go. I've got some nice... look, all that colour that's just come off this brush just using brush soap. All that grey on my hand there. That shows how brush soap really does work. Just going to wipe down my pants now. Haha, my pants are dirty. Oh no. Oh, of course, I rinse it in the water with all the metallic shards in. So I'm going to have to wash it again now. Hey Grawley, I have a load of metal walls if you're looking for a bargain, eBay otherwise. Tears for Dan. Thank you, Mythos. I really appreciate that. Thanks for the offer, Rivets. However, the missus won't let me get any more until I've reduced my pile of shame somewhat. I've already got about 5k of Space Walls. That is... I mean, so many hobbyists are in the same boat, and that's why I'm doing this 365 miniatures this year that I plan on getting painted. I'm hoping I can stick to it. So these are the 4th and 5th miniatures. If you weren't here at the start of the stream, I don't think where you grow. These are the 4th and 5th miniatures I'm painting on stream tonight, and then I'm going to watch some Twitch and hopefully get them close to finished later on. So hopefully I'll get 365 or more miniatures painted this year at the very least than I did last year, which according to Rivets and Daka was a grand total of 1, but it's at least 2. At least 2. I'll tell you that for nothing. Because I finished one, although technically I've not rimmed the base of one of them, so it could arguably said that it was 1. So I got Sergeant Ripper Jackson painted, and my Christmas project, which I did with Let's Make It Orky from Twitch on the channel, whose stream I'm going to pop into now. So if you want to continue any conversations with me, feel free to pop into the chat on twitch.tv/Let's Make It Orky, and that's an IE on the end of Orky, not a Y. In fact, I'll pop a link in myself. I'll just dip over to Twitch and I'll copy and paste it so there's no mistake. Oh, actually, I need to make sure this is muted, don't I? When it loads up. Mute that. hope that muted. Oh, she's painting Gorzag Gitstomp. It looks gorgeous as well. Right, I'll just copy and paste. So this is the stream I'm going to be watching that I'm going to post into the chat now. So if you do have Twitch, feel free to pop on over there. Give Keris a follow as well. You don't have to follow her, but appear in the chat, and I'll be lurking mainly because I want to crack on with these miniatures. But I will be in the chat now and again. So just at me. It's Big Mech Danskull over there for me as well. So at me in the chat if you want to grab my attention, and I'll try and make sure to respond to your message. Oh, has that gone? Well, hey. Right, let's get down the chat as quick as we can now, then we can end the stream. Thanks for... Yeah, so he's not allowed to buy any more. I love Family Jewels. Whoa! He does an awesome rock covers of gaming music. Nice. Oh, was that who was performing the song I was listening to earlier? Nice one. I'll have to have a look. I best get my ass in gear with some painting, and then some more building, and then some more painting, and maybe get my ass in gear with some more vids. Yeah, that'd be brilliant, mate. I'd love to see you pumping out some more videos for the channel. It'd be fantastic. Nice stream, man. Cheers, mostly Zen. Good to have you here again. Great stream tonight, my brother. Thank you very much, Mythos. Everybody's spamming the chat. Let's go watch Let's Make It Orky on Twitch. Let's nip over there now. Thanks for the inspiration. No worries, Mythos. Thanks for popping along and keeping me going in the chat. Great stream and chat tonight, guys. Thanks, Gar. Painting and lurking. Great stream. Cheers, mate. That's Earhawks Minis. Check out his YouTube channel if you've not already done so. Great stream, Dan. Cheers. No worries, mate. I just read everyone's compliments to me to make myself feel good. Yeah, so click that link to twitch.tv/Let's Make It Orky that's in the chat now, and then you can come and join us over there on her Keris' stream and see the amazing work she's putting in on Gorzag Gitstomp. I've just had a little sneak preview myself. So yes, we'll call it a night there, guys. Thanks very much for watching, and guess what? You know what? I'll see you on the battle.